Thank you so much, Minister, for being with us today and for the tremendous support that we receive from your team. Secretary General, Your Excellencies, my lords, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Natalie Samarasinghe. I'm the Executive Director of UNA UK, and it is an enormous pleasure to see so many people here today in Central Hall, Westminster. Secretary General, people have travelled from all over the country and beyond to hear you speak today and to make their voices heard through questions. They include some who witnessed the tragic events that gave birth to the UN in 1945, and some as young as my 4-month-old daughter, who I hope will not be making her voice heard too loudly here this afternoon. The headlines may not always reflect it, but there is a strong core of people in this country who care about global issues and who want to support you and your work. And that number is growing as it becomes more and more apparent that the line between national and global interests is fading, and that what happens over there in faraway countries matters greatly to us here. I think it's fair to say that many of us have spent the past year wondering what on earth is going on with the world. We are seeing many worrying trends, multiple crises driving instability, fueled by long-term challenges such as climate change and inequality, rising big power tensions, growing mistrust of institutions and political leadership, divisive populism. But it's not all doom and gloom. The major agreements reached on climate change and sustainable development show that progress and cooperation is still possible as much as it is necessary. Today's turnout shows that more and more people want to grapple with these challenges and be part of the solution. And we have an inspiring UN Secretary General, António Guterres, who was appointed following the most transparent and inclusive process in UN history, which UNA UK played a small part in bringing about. Mr. Guterres took up his position on the 1st of January this year, and he brings a wealth of experience to the job. He served for 10 years as UN High Commissioner for Refugees, heading one of the world's foremost humanitarian organizations during some of the most serious displacement crises in decades. Before joining UNHCR, he spent more than 20 years in government and public service. He was first elected to the Portuguese Parliament in 1976 and served as Prime Minister from 1995 to 2002, during which time he was heavily involved in the international effort to resolve the crisis in East Timor. As President of the European Council in early 2000, he led the adoption of the Lisbon Agenda for Growth and Jobs and co-chaired the first ever European Union Africa Summit. He was active in the Socialist International, serving as its president from 1999 to 2005, and is currently a member of the Club of Madrid, a leadership alliance of democratic former presidents and prime ministers from around the world. He is fluent in Portuguese, English, French, and Spanish. Secretary General, when UNA UK co-founded the 1 for 7 billion campaign to transform the selection process for your post, our aim was to find the best possible person to lead the UN at this turbulent time, and we believe our campaign succeeded. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage the Secretary General of the United Nations, António Guterres.